Episode 7: Decision Making and Saying Yes to Life. Why is it so hard sometimes? Hi guys, I'd like to start today's episode with a quote by Susan Jeffers from her book Feel, Fear, and Date Anyway. One of the biggest fears that keeps us from moving ahead with our lives is our difficulty in making decisions. Not making any decision, not choosing, is also a decision. A decision to have an unhappy life, stay in a toxic relationship, or work on the job you hate. We all know that. Here's the irony of life: when we do not choose, it's also a choice. But we, unfortunately, very often forget about that. Thus, today I'd like to talk about mistakes. We don't want to make them right, but why? Our parents were afraid of our mistakes, of their mistakes, and most probably they put this kind of way of thinking into a beautiful head. But actually, there is nothing wrong with mistakes. They teach us so many things. Actually, I prefer to use the word lesson instead of mistake because it's always our experience. Right or wrong, it's an experience which eventually teaches us something. Without such mistakes, such lessons, we won't learn anything in life. And we were born to learn. Nobody is born already knowing everything. It's impossible. Why is it so hard to make a decision sometimes? You start overthinking, doubting whether you should do it or not, try it or not, even though it might be things you love and you always dreamed of doing them one day. Why is it so? We are afraid. We are afraid of those so called mistakes, outcomes which we presumably won't handle. But you perfectly know that it's just your mind playing tricks with you. You already went through many such experiences and you survived. Yes, maybe they weren't so big, so life changing, but you survived, you handled them, and now you're wiser, smarter, and probably have better life conditions and overall quality of life. Wasn't it worth it? I think it was, and I hope you think so too. Because despite the end and the eventual outcome of the decision you've made, you will be in a win win situation. Why? Because these are all opportunities to experience life in a new way, to learn, to grow, to find out who you are and who you would really like to be, what you would like to do in this life, to find out who your people are, what makes you happy and fulfilled. Only by trying you'll be able to experience that, to understand those truths about you and your life. There is no other way, just by trying. Yes, sometimes it will seem to you that you're falling, that you made a real mistake, that you just shattered the water for no reason, but it's not so. You tried and you are already a winner. You are already one step closer to your dreams, to your satisfied life, great relationships, and happy ending. You made it. You should be proud of yourself, even though it might seem a total disaster. Believe me, I felt many times in my life, and firstly, it seemed unbelievably bad and miserable, but with time, always realized certain truths about myself, my life, my choices, and that was always for good. Those life lessons were always for better. They always taught me something important and meaningful, what I probably would not learn without trying and experiencing even failures. We have to start trusting ourselves that we can, that we are capable of many things, that we'll succeed eventually. We already succeeded in many spheres in life. We just forget about it sometimes or take it for granted. But if you now take a piece of paper and pen and write down your 10 biggest accomplishments in life, and near each point how much time did it take you to accomplish it, to learn it, you'll be astonished. I recently counted my years of studying, how many courses I took, how many books I've read, how much experience I have in teaching, and I was so surprised that I still experience imposter syndrome. It's truly unbelievable. I mean, how and why? So please, believe in yourself. Trust yourself. You already have everything you need to start and make that decision. Truly believe that you can handle whatever comes your way. Because it's true. It's just your fears inside your head which make you believe otherwise. It's not true. You can handle it, remember? Take risks. Security is not having things, it's handling things. Remember that. Every time some doubt comes to your mind, just repeat to yourself, I can handle it. I can't lose. It will be a lesson either way. If you are really afraid of making a certain decision, help yourself. Do the research, investigate the idea, ask professionals, talk, read, watch, prepare, rehearse, and pray. It will calm you down and help for sure. You got it. Just one more thing, talk to supportive, encouraging people who will encourage your growth and learning. Not those who are so afraid that they will demotivate you and put down all your ideas and opportunities to try, who are insensitive to you and do not support you. Always remember success is just the number of attempts. Always. Action is the key to your success. Also, allow yourself confusion in the searching process. It's through confusion that you finally come to clarity. Don't be afraid of that. Trust your intuition. Listen to yourself, discover yourself, set priorities and goals. It's your life and you are obligated to live it as full as possible. Be you. Create the life you want to live. Do something. Do not wait for anything. There won't be right moment, you know? Now is the right moment. Just use it. Use the time you still have, the people and opportunities, possibilities which surround you. It's priceless. Take as much as possible from your life lessons. You got it. When I can find the opportunity in any decision, it's much easier to accept the responsibility for making it. When you take responsibility for your decisions, you become a lot less angry at the world and, most important, a lot less angry at yourself. I really love this quote. Remember, if it doesn't feel right anymore, if the path of your career or your relationship do not look right anymore, change it. Do not think that it was for nothing and you spent so many years on that, invested so much, so now it would be a pity and shame to quit. No, it would be a pity to stay if you don't want it anymore. It's your life that's at stake, and it's the most important thing you have. Make it count. You already took what it had to give you. Move on. The farther the better, remember. If you don't change your direction, you're likely to end up where you're heading. Another quote I love. For me, it seems much more terrible than the change, you know? What are the clues that it might be the time to correct your path? Usually, it's when you feel confused, dissatisfied, unhappy. Can you remind yourself of such times in life? And I'm not talking about simple bad days, which happens from time to time to anyone, but when you feel unhappy and dissatisfied for longer periods of time, that you even kinda got used to it. Oh no. But how to understand what exactly is wrong with my life, what I have to change, you would ask me. Do as I advised you before. Explore, talk, ask questions, try different and new things, find self help books, go on the therapy, talk to friends, go to church. Just try different things and you'll definitely find the answer to a question. As in this quote, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So just do not hesitate to ask, talk, do not stick hard to your current course of life if it doesn't work for you. Try from simple small steps and you'll find the exit of this room. Remember, it's just a room, not the whole house yet. I have another great quote for you, which one researcher said I never failed. I discovered 200 ways not to do something. I love it. It's so hard, but it's such a truth. Or another one. If you never fail, it means you haven't started to do anything yet. So just begin. Keep working on it. Do not give up. Never give up. Please, never give up. Because you have everything you need to succeed and have a happy and satisfying life. Because to sum up, there is no such thing as a mistake. You'll just have different outcomes depending on the path you choose. That's it, don't worry. It will be like path A or path B or path C. None is good or bad, it will be just different. And usually, very few things are done great and are successful from the first attempt, so also remember about that. There is not a person alive who is not capable of greatly contributing to the well being of this planet. Just changing your attitude can affect the world around you. Action is the key to your success. I would like to end this podcast with a bit on saying yes. And saying yes lies the antidote to our fear. The phrase say yes means to agree to those things that life hands us. Saying yes means letting go of resistance and letting in the possibilities that our universe offers in new ways of seeing the world. Saying no means to be a victim. Like, how could this happen to me? It's so bad. I'm so unhappy. I'm such a loser, and so on and so on. Saying no means to fight, to block, to resist opportunities for growth and challenge. It creates tension, exhaustion, wasted energy, and so on. It means like you are always giving this bad energy to the world, to your life. Not only is saying yes our antidote to dealing with disappointments, rejections, missed opportunities, sickness, and so on, and daily life failures, it's the miracle tool for dealing with our deepest, darkest fears. And last but not least, I like the sentence by Susan Jeffers with which I'd like to finish today's podcast. All you have to do to change your world is change the way you think about it. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day and see you soon. Bye.